WWPH.
Your community, your world, your radio station. 107.9 FM. WWPH in Princeton Junction. The Flash.
Good morning. This is Aayushi with the 107.9 FM Roundup Flash. A massive automobile company is struggling. Electronic car company Tesla's sales dropped by 1.1% during 2024, marking its first annual decline in over a dozen years. The U.S. is suffering from snowfall. Areas of the country are experiencing its heaviest snowfall in a decade, with some areas having over 8 inches of snow. Animal Resources are working to clean up an oil spill. Following the sinking of 2 Russian tankers in the Kerch Strait, over 30 dolphins have unfortunately passed away. That is Aayushi with the 107.9 FM Roundup Flash.
Oh, cartoons? Well, lucky for you, 107.9 is the place for you. From the many crazy adventures of Cow and Cheeky, to the many fun adventures of Ed, Edd, and Eddy, to our many wonderful friends at Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Blue, to my many different experiments here at Dexter's Laboratory.
Hee-ha-hoo! Man, I'm pretty.
Join our cartoon craziness here on 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
I'm sitting in class and the alarm starts ringing. Deep down inside, I want to start singing.
I run through the halls and scream with delight. And then I catch my eyes on a horrible sight.
Administrators, teachers trying to knock me down, trying to act like I shouldn't be clowning around.
When the fire alarm rings, all students and staff are to exit the building immediately. There is to be no talking during the fire drills, and students are to follow directions of teachers.
How was I to know I wasn't supposed to be talking? All I can be doing in this hall is just walk.
This has been brought to you by your high school function, 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, this is Eliana Hebert from Golden Hour. The holidays can be a hard time of year to be without life's necessities. Remember to love strangers like family and help those in need however you can.
Wishing you peace and prosperity in the new year from all the DJs at 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
The Divine 107.9. Welcome to 107.9 FM. And the Harlem Wizards are soon coming to High School North on Friday, January 17th. And once again, this is the night shift. We are officially clocking in. My name is John.
I'm Aayushi.
And I'm Johnson.
And yeah, so a little bit about the Harlem Wizards. They're a traveling basketball team similar to the Globetrotters from also Harlem. But they, instead of like playing their traditional like rivals, they play teachers from the local community in a fundraiser game.
Yeah, and what they do is the event is for all ages, so they'll get teachers across like all elementary, middle school, and high schools, and then they form a team of WWP teachers, and then there will be like throughout the game, it's not just like a regular basketball game. There's like cool events, including like dunk slam routines. Sometimes the audience participates, and the Harlem Wizards do a bunch of like cool tricks.
Right, and this game will start at 6 p.m., and there will be tickets available to buy either online or at the door. And general admission tickets are $25, with student tickets being $20. But, really excitingly, there are actually higher level tickets available, and some of them include giving courtside tickets and a meet and greet with the Wizards.
So it's going to be a very fun event for all families and all residents. For the teachers selected, it won't just be High School North teachers. It'll be teachers from across the district. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a very cool event to show up to if you can. And we'll be right back on 107.9 FM. It's always a great time on 107.9, and for the first time in school history, the North's boys basketball team has started out their season 8-0. This is Northside with the Knights. So during the streak, the Knights have been pretty dominant, beating their opponents by an average of 14 points per game. And one of the highlights of the streak was a game-winning shot by senior Malachi Jeffers Vieira against Somerville. So as time expired, so
Yeah, and this is really a historic season for the North's basketball team. Last season they finished 14-3, 14-13, so they've already improved a lot. And their best record in recent years was the 15-9 season in 2017. So this 8-0 season is pretty unprecedented, and hopefully they continue their streak at their next game, which will be at home versus Princeton Day tomorrow, with the game starting at 5:30 p.m.
Right, and their next game, well, basically the North boys and girls swim teams are also performing extremely well, both being 3-1, and their next games will be against Hopewell Valley later today, actually. Both our swim teams have always been really good, and they are 5-0 against Hopewell Valley in their last 5 matches against each other.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive for both teams to be in the last 5 meetings, going back to 2019, just be undefeated against Hopewell Valley. They can hopefully continue their great seasons, as we'll be back with some news.
From Hollywood to your hometown, it's the Great 108 Entertainment Flash.
This is the Entertainment Flash. Music fans are mourning the death of a singer. Former singer and guitarist for the Osmonds, Wayne Osmond has died at the age of 73. Disney is thriving in the box office. Mufasa has claimed the #1 spot in the worldwide box office charts during its first weekend of 2025. There is a newest oldest person alive. Brazilian nun Ina Canavaro has become the oldest person alive following her 117th birthday. That is the Entertainment Flash for today.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, this is Liv Grabba from Tonight Live. As we begin a new year, I remind you to do what makes you happy. Put all your energy into the things and people that you enjoy most, making you feel like the best version of yourself.
Wishing you peace and prosperity in the new year from all the DJs at 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Don't worry, you'll be fine if you listen to 107.9. And across the U.S., snowfall has been a major issue, with some areas recording the highest levels of snowfall that they've had in decades.
States is facing so much snowfall. It's actually because of what's called a polar vortex, which is bringing in really cold air. And as a result, areas in like Kansas, Nebraska, Indiana experience like 8 inches of snow.
Right, and in upstate New York, there's also been crazy snowfall. They experienced 3 feet of snow over the past week. But unlike them, in Plainsboro, we did receive some snow that canceled after-school activities, and some students weren't able to leave for lunch, but we really didn't receive that much snow.
Yeah, exactly. I think 2 years ago, there was like a massive cold front across like the Midwest that also did like affect a lot of flights, but it wasn't really that much snow. I don't remember. But like seeing just the tons of amount of snow, like whole roads and like highways, for example, like a part of I-70, which is located in Kansas, has had 10 inches of snow, just like completely shutting it down. So it's definitely fortunate to see.
Yeah, and the polar vortex and cold weather is supposed to continue into the next week. So we'll keep a track on kind of what goes on there and more weather/snow.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very interesting to see, again, how much snow we get here, as Philadelphia and New Jersey, like that area, had to have their schools closed because of the snow, and I think they are expecting more snow in the future. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll be right back on 107.9 FM.
Do you have a headache?
Are you failing APs?
Is your brain hurting from contemplating the meaning of existence?
Are you suffering from lack of hair?
Fear no more. 9 out of 10 dentists recommend listening to 107.9 FM for the cure to all your problems.
Side effects may include increased dopamine, increased motivation, decreased neurodegeneration.
For legal reasons, this is not a form of medication or medical advice, and you should consult your doctor about any medical ailments.
Get your dose of 107.9 FM at WWPH WWPH, Princeton Junction.
Yes, it's my junior year.
I'm so excited. What are the fun things we can do this year?
Well, we can go to the Washington Seminar in February.
Washington Seminar? Why would I want to go to that?
The Washington Seminar is a really fun experience where students can explore Washington, D.C. on a 4-night trip.
That sounds really cool.
Yes, so make sure you fill out all the rules and turn all the forms on time so that you can attend.
This message has been brought to you by 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Listen to the best radio station with your friends. 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Out of Sight with the Pirate in the Night, 107.9 FM. And with 2025 officially here, there's a lot of things turning 10 years old now. And it's just kind of crazy to look back on how old, I guess, things are now. One of the biggest things that happened in the year 2015 was Star Wars came back for their first movie since 2002 with The Force Awakens. And I remember being in theaters for this. I was very hyped about this. When I was a kid, I was a massive Star Wars fan. So it was definitely very cool to see.
Yeah, it was the highest grossing movie of the year, bringing in almost $2 billion. And that's really impressive because the other movies that year were Jurassic World, Inside Out, and Avengers: The Age of Ultron, which were all really, really successful and really good movies. So the fact that it was the most grossing movie out of all of them is really impressive.
Right, and outside of movies, technology was actually made some huge advancements in 2015. For one, Apple released the iPhone 6s during 2015, and they created the first model of the Apple Watch and launched Apple Music.
I used to think that the Apple 6S was really, really cool. Like when it came out, I was like, whoa, 6? And now Apple is planning to release the iPhone 17, which kind of shows how far we've gone. And that's kind of like another example of like the progress we've made in the technology sphere.
Yeah, exactly. Apple has also dominated music since first launching Apple Music in 2015, with them having over 90 million paid subscribers, and which is more than Spotify, but Spotify does have their free model. So it's definitely very interesting to see, especially in music, with the highest, or one of the biggest songs of the year being Uptown Funk, which I just remember being everywhere. But we will be right back on 107.9 FM.
Wake up in the morning feeling live and ready. Grab my breakfast, I'm out the door. I just ate cold spaghetti. Before I leave, brush my teeth, hop into my car. Cause once I plop on the seat, I only live 5-star. I'm talking 108 on our dials. Music with the best styles. Listen when I drive for miles. So tick tock and check your watch, cause it's time for you to listen in to 107.9 FM WWPH in Princeton Junction.
The Great 108. Sports Central.
Sports news. Famous athlete is setting records. U.S. rugby star Ilona Mayer and her team, the Bristol Bears, set a record home crowd of over 9,000 fans in her debut. A football team will have the chance to gain a superstar. The Tennessee Titans hold the first overall pick in the 2025 NFL Draft after a loss to the Houston Texans. A college football champion will be crowned. The North Dakota State Bison will take on the Montana State Bobcats in the FCS College Football Championship at 7 p.m. This was the sports news from 107.9.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, it's Rebecca from Tonight Live. My message to you this holiday season is to donate presents to someone in need. The feeling of knowing your gifts can make a difference in others' lives is so special and rewarding.
Wishing you peace and prosperity in the new year from all the DJs at 107.9 FM, WWPH in Princeton Junction.
Unfortunately, we do have to clock out right now. You've been listening to The Night Shift. My name is John.
I'm Aayushi.
And I'm Johnson.
We will be back on Thursday with more news, shows, and entertainment.
107.9 WWPH.
Your community, your world, your radio station. 107.9 FM. WWPH in Princeton Junction.